Hello friends, welcome to Gardening with Creekside, and on today's video we're going to show you a little bit of a behind the scenes tour here up at the production area. A lot of you have maybe seen inside the greenhouses where we grow all of our annuals, but today we're going to spend some time out here on the production shrub lot. This is an ever evolving, ever changing, ever moving space. I think most of you know that we have little t-shirts that are on the back that says professional plant movers, because here at the nursery you're constantly pulling plants and moving plants around. Recently our sweet folks here at Creekside have gotten everything kind of reorganized for this kind of going into summer season, so I thought it would be fun to bring you up here and to show you what the production lot looks like. For the vast majority of behind me and to the left of me are going to be shrubs, and then over here to the right are all of the sun-loving perennials. So we try to categorize and put plants in big blocks so that they're easy to find. But we're also going to be coming next week, or this week rather, I don't know, soon, we're going to be potting up mums. So you might see behind us, we've got some folks working. Jerry is expanding this shrub lot. We're going to have a new area for the mums, and then all the way over behind the trailer and where the bobcat is, we are going to have an extended shrub lot, because not only do we have mums that are going to go out there, but we have our new arrival of little baby shrub liners coming from Spring Meadow. So there's always a growing season. Even though we're in June going into July, we are still potting up. That is a year-round thing for us. So while we're up here, I thought we could just highlight some of the fantastic perennials and shrubs and that you might be interested in to come shop here at Creekside. So one of my favorites new plants for us is this is Boom Chocolata. It is a geranium, perennial geranium that has beautiful dark foliage on it with those really kind of light lavender blue flowers. This is a sun-loving plant. With that sun, it gets a nice dark color on it. This will be hardy in zones 4 to 8, and it can get up to about 2 feet tall. So 2 feet tall, and then it will spread. So this is a great little addition, quote, ground cover, if you will, to add into your perennial bed. I added 3 of these to the Gatsby Gal bed. I had a little corner that I needed to fill in. Boom, nice and easy, beautiful, low maintenance plant. We love that. And then of course you can't go wrong with the Sweet Romance Lavender from Proven Winners. This is doing really well up here. As you can tell that it is kind of on this end of its first set of blooms. Major pollinator attractor, and of course it just has that beautiful lavender scent to it. These make great little cut flowers. You can either cut the flowers and bring them in and dry them and make little sachets with them. Super easy. Here in the south, of course, with our red clay soil, I do have to worry sometimes about the clay holding too much water, because lavender likes it, tends to be on the dry side. I put mine in a container and it is doing really, really well. So that is exciting and encouraging. And then moving on down, while we're here, to the left of me are the butterfly bushes. So all the butterfly bushes are in this whole section. We start with some of the pugsters. We've got pugster pink. Look at this. Nice, big, beautiful blooms on it. That's what's so great about the pugsters, is that they may be short in stature, but their blooms are nice and full size, really nice and full and thick. And of course, the butterflies just absolutely love them. So this is the pink, and then look at, this is amethyst right here in front of me. And you can see it has that nice kind of that lavender purple color, a nice light purple, and again, nice and thick. They're just now starting to bloom. And these have sat out all winter. So this is their traditional, their own schedule for how they're to bloom, because even mine at the house, I have pugster white. They're not quite as advanced as these are, because they don't get quite as much sun as these guys do. So you'll notice as we make our way down through here, we'll have all the different butterfly bushes. Again, full sun. They thrive on kind of neglect. Once you get them in the ground, they hate to be fertilized. They don't like compost. They just kind of want to be left alone. Minimal water. I mean, they're just one of those great, easy peasy plants that we love. And then, of course, Banana Cream to Shasta Daisy. This is one of my all-time favorite perennials because it has the beautiful blooms on it. Classic Shasta Daisy shape, but with a little bit of a spin on the color. It is called Banana Cream 2 because it's the improved version of Banana Cream. And it's called Banana Cream because the new blooms start out a really nice, soft banana yellow. And then as they age and mature, they will lighten up. So on the same plant, you get that variation of color, which reminds people of a banana cream pie. Again, lots of sun with these guys. They tend to like a little bit on the dry side. They hate to be like sitting in wet feet. If they have constant moisture, they will rot. Even if it's in full sun, if it's damp, they will rot. So you need to have well-draining soil for these guys. Now we're coming into Echinacea land. Echinacea, we've got some right here, and then we've got some more just down in the another block. These are the Adobes. The Adobes, yes, Adobe Orange. It's the Sombrero series, which do really well for us. Really nice hot colors. So Echinaceas are, of course, just an iconic perennial with this Adobe Orange. Really kind of a Clemson orange. It is going to be 18 to 20 inches tall and zones 4 to 9. So if you can get your hands on any of those Sombrero series, you're going to love them because they're, again, nice and bold and wonderful. Here we have the white. You will see this little sea of fuzzy white. This is called Lesser Catmint. I really dislike that name because there is nothing lesser about this plant. It is fantastic. It is a massive pollinator attractor. We are up here kind of early in the morning, so things are still wet and cool. But you can see little Miss Honeybee here. She was one of the first ones out this morning. Lesser Catmint is a huge, huge pollinator attractor. It will bloom all season long. It gets taller than, say, like cat's pajamas. Of course, it has those beautiful white blooms on it. And it is hardy in zones 5 to 9, full sun. I have several of these along in the patio beds because they're just great, easy plants. Ruby Spider. Ruby Spider is blooming. Look at this. This is a fantastic daylily from Proven Winners, part of their Rainbow Rhythm series. I have several Ruby Spiders in the cottage garden. These blooms are absolutely massive. The plants get huge, and Ruby Spider just has that nice, big, bold presence in your garden. Just an absolute fantastic daylily. I love it. So I wanted to show it to you while it's blooming. And then Monarda. This was one of my like 15 favorite southern perennials. This particular one, this is the Leading Lady Plum. And Leading Lady Plum, of course, has that beautiful lavender plum purple color, and the Leading Lady series is going to stay smaller. So they only get to be about 14 inches tall. So it's going to get a little bit taller, and then of course the mound just gets huge. I have these in at the nursery, what I call Laura's bed, and they were planted at this size, but I am not exaggerating. They are huge. Like one mound is just massive. Full of color, huge pollinator attractor. The hummingbirds go nuts over Monarda. And then we've got Alliums. We have two different kinds of Alliums this year. Alliums, of course, are just, I mean, they're onions. They're ornamental onions. So we have Lavender Bubbles. And Lavender Bubbles is one from Walter's Gardens. Nice, big, huge, fat, kind of a bluish gray leaves on them. You can see how healthy these plants are. Very happy, hardy in zones 4 to 8. Again, they like it lots of sun, a little bit on the dry side, and just, again, a huge pollinator attractor. But those blooms, they go nuts. And then some more of the sombreros. We've got the gold, the yellow, just a fantastic, especially when it's like really the heat starts to hit. That's when they really kind of come into their own and just bring you loads of color for that summer season. And then here is the Serendipity. So Serendipity is, of course, well known from Proven Winners. Very much kind of similar in the lavender bubbles. I believe lavender bubbles is going to get a little bit bigger, still hardy in zones 4 to 8. Growing conditions very similar. I mean, basically because they're the exact same plant, alliums, ornamental onions, but there are some slight differences in size and appearance. So we've got those. So if you're looking for some of those, we've got them. And then of course the dianthus, the fantastic phlox. Love this. This is the opal essence. Lots of different color, nice sweet smell, wonderful. Now let's talk hydrangeas. We're going to tiptoe through the shrub lot here. So this whole area is going to turn into more like production area. So all of that whole area will be production. I think when we measured it out, it was like what, 15,000 square feet. So lots of stuff going on here at Creekside. Of course, if you're looking for a beautiful petite hydrangea, this is the one that I planted up near at the gate to the entrance. This is the Let's Dance Ariba. It is pH dependent. So around here, it will turn that blue purple. And then look at these beauties. Ha! Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. These are the new Quickfire Fabs, and Quickfire Fab are a fantastic panicle hydrangea, hardy in zones 3 to 8. They need that full sun, but they just come, have really strong, sturdy stems. Absolutely gorgeous. Getting ready to turn. Jerry and I are dancing with the sun here. They start out the creamy white and then they will turn a beautiful red. Quickfires are fantastic even here in the south. Sometimes we don't get a color on our panicles, but man, I mean, look how tight and upright. There is no floppy stems here. We actually had a storm come through last night and you can see that everybody is nice and tight and upright, and trying to keep Jerry from tripping over a plant. And then we have the double play doozies. Doozies are fantastic. Again, like a 3x3 shrub, really nice hot pink blooms on them. They've gone through their first flush of blooms, but their new foliage is that great kind of that burgundy color to it. Really fun. And where was, oh, over here. Here we go. We've got Bobos right here. So Bobo Hydrangeas, they are a panicle. They have their buds. They're just going to be a little bit more behind. The Quickfire Fab is one of the first panicles to bloom. But Bobo is another panicle, sun-loving, pure white flowers that will age to a little bit of a pink, extremely hardy. Because it is a panicle, it is guaranteed to bloom every year, and it's only going to be like 3 feet tall, but it can be like 4 feet wide. So it's going to be a little wider than it is tall. So perfect for maybe an area where you can't have a big hydrangea. Now, one more hydrangea that I have to show you, because this is, oh my gosh, one of my favorites. We growing these, this is Incredible. So Incredible Hydrangea is an improved version of an Annabelle. And they have that classic mop head bloom on it, huge white blooms on new growth. So you want to prune it for us, late February. We have these behind the seating wall at the patio, and they are glorious. They are absolutely covered in blooms right now. They are absolutely stunning. Incredibles, again, mine are in full sun. Like from the moment the sun comes up to the sun goes down, they are in full hot sun all day. They are on irrigation. They get watered like 3 times a week. But they are doing great. They're just wonderful plants, and they can be 4 to 5 feet tall and wide. So if you want a reliable, easy, massive, huge performer, then Incredible is definitely a top option for you. And because it blooms relatively early, like right now my plants are covered in blooms. If I will start to cut some of those blooms off and use them as bouquets, then essentially I'm still pruning the plant, but it doesn't it's not an official prune, right? You're just clipping the blooms to bring them in to make vases, then that will encourage new growth. So I will probably get a second flush of brand new blooms later this fall. So I can have a completely new flush of blooms in late fall, and it will be absolutely gorgeous. So Incrediballs, they are called Incrediballs for a reason, because they are incredible plants with these gorgeous, huge white blooms as balls on them. I think we're going to wrap it up today because they have got a lot of work to do and the sun is popping up. So these are just a sampling of some of the things that we have here. So come see us, and we would love to help you however we can. If you're not local, get out to your local garden center. No matter, even if you're in those cold climates, I think everything is starting to wake up. So visit your local garden center, ask about some of these plants, or ask about plants that they recommend for your area, because those folks are the experts for your climate and your area of the country or the world. So as always, thanks so much for gardening with Creekside. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.